ओके, इनके आंसर्स बताओ. Z equals to 17.
3s2 3p5.
Okay, this Z equals to 17 belongs to which group, which period?
Group 17, period 3.
1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. The last electron is entering into P, hence it belongs to P block. If it belongs to P block, the group number is nothing but number of ns electrons plus np electrons plus 10, which
Plus
is
10.
2 plus 5
17.
plus 10, which is equal to 17.
17.
Okay. The
Third
period
period.
number is nothing but the maximum principal quantum number, which is 3. So period is 3. Okay. Next, Z is equals to 26. The electron configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6,
3d4.
3s2, 3p6, 4s2,
4s2
3d6. Na?
3d6. 3d6.
4s2, 3d6. So the last electron is
D,
entering into D,
D block.
hence it belongs to D block.
Group 8.
Group is nothing but number of ns electrons plus n minus 1 d electrons. तो ये दोनों को ऐड करो, 2 plus 6 nothing but 8. Period is maximum principal quantum number, which is 4.
4, yes.
Okay. Next question. Z is equals to 37. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6,
4p6 5s1.
3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10,
4p6
4p6,
4p6.
5s1.
5s1. 37 जो है, it is
S
rubidium.
block.
It is S block. So in S block, the group number is nothing but the number of ns
1.
electrons. In this case, it is 1. Period.
Fifth.
Fifth.
Period is 5. The maximum principal quantum number. Anyone has any doubt in this calculation? मतलब group
No,
number,
sir.
period number और block. Divyaraj, please don't talk. Okay.
Sir, period how 5?
The maximum principal quantum number of this is 5, right? In the entire electronic configuration, 5 is the maximum principal quantum number. So period is 5.
Okay.
Next, Z is equals to 27. Kya? Yeah. Z equals to 27. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6,
4s2 3d7.
3d7.
4s2, 3d7. So again, it belongs to D block.
D block, fourth period, and ninth.
Ninth group.
The period is 4, and the group is ns electrons plus n minus 1 d electrons. So it is 4s में 2 electrons है, n minus 1 d में 7 है. So 2 plus 7, 9. So group is 9. Next, Z is equals to 33. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p3 हो जाएगा. So it belongs to P block.
Yes.
So period is number of ns electrons plus np electrons plus 10. So period is 15. Sorry, period is maximum principal quantum number, which is 4. Which group number is 15?
50.
Okay. Last, Z is equals to 43. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p6, उसके बाद 5s2, 4d5, यही आया 5s2, 4d5. Okay. The period number is maximum principal quantum number 5. The block is D block.
D block.
And the group number is 7.
7.
Clear, everyone?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Solve this question. Next question. Find the atomic number. Find the atomic number and position of elements just above 49 and 52. पीरियोडिक टेबल में Z is equals to 49 जहां पे भी रहेगा उसके ऊपर पीरियोडिक टेबल में उसके ऊपर एलिमेंट का एटॉमिक नंबर फाइंड करना है. उसका पोजीशन मतलब यू नीड टू टेल मी द ग्रुप नंबर ऑफ इट एज वेल एज पीरियड नंबर एज वेल एज ब्लॉक. पीरियोडिक टेबल में Z is equals to 49 के अबव एंड Z equals to 52 के अबव. To start any question, first of all, you need to write the electronic configuration. First, write the electronic configuration. Idea आ जाएगा. First, do for Z is equals to 49. Any answers? Z equals to 49 के ऊपर वाले. Z equals to 49 के ऊपर वाले atomic number. I want the atomic number, its group number, its period, and its block. First, write the electronic configuration of Z is equals to 49. वो बताओ मुझे. Z equals to 49. It is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p6. उसके बाद 5s2,
4d10,
4d10. I think यहाँ तक 48 होता है.
5p1.
And then you have 5p1. Okay. So Z equals to 49 जो है, can I say it belongs to P block? Periodic
Yes,
table
sir.
में
Yes.
देखो, the logic is इसका जो period number है, the period number is 5, the maximum principal quantum number. The group number is 2 plus 1 plus 10. The group number is 13. ये ना, ये 2 plus 1 plus 10. The group number is 13. So इसके above जो भी element रहेगा, उसका group number भी क्या होगा?
13.
13 ही होगा. उसका period number क्या होगा?
4.
One value. वन वैल्यू कम, ये
Fourth.
अगर पीरियड नंबर 5 है तो वो वाला पीरियड नंबर 4 हो जाएगा. So you can get the period number as well as group number and block. अगर ये P block है तो वो भी P block ही रहेगा.
P block.
Okay, you need to get the atomic number. Atomic number के लिए क्या करना है? इसका जो Z equals to 49 जो एलिमेंट है उसका जनरल कॉन्फ़िगरेशन क्या हो गया? It is
5s2 5p1.
NP1 हो गया. Okay,
Yes.
ये फिफ्थ पीरियड हो गया इसलिए 5s2 5p1. So इसके अबव वाला एलिमेंट का क्या होना चाहिए? It has to be
4s2
4s2
4
4p1.
to 4p1.
So you need to write the electronic configuration and you need to stop at that particular point where you are getting the configuration 4s2 4p1. समझ में आया? So इसके above element का
Yes.
configuration, the element which is above Z is
Atomic
equals to
number 31.
49 as configuration 4s2 4p1. So configuration वहां तक लिखो. It is 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6 4s2 उसके बाद 3d10
ठीक.
उसके बाद 4p1 यहाँ तक ही लिखना है. तो यहाँ
31.
तक जितना भी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आप लोग ने भरा है वो काउंट करो, which is equal to 31.
31.
तो Z क्या हो जाएगा? उसका 31 हो जाएगा. उसका पीरियड नंबर विल बी 4. उसका ग्रुप उस Z equals to 49 का जो ग्रुप है इसका भी वही रहेगा. So solve the same part for Z is equals to 52. Z equals to 52 के लिए कर लो जल्दी.
34.
ये 34 हो जाएगा.
30.
बिल्कुल सही, क्योंकि 49 और 52 इन दोनों के बीच में 3 की गैप है
तीन
ना.
ज्यादा है.
Yes, sir.
तो 31 और उसके बीच में भी 3 का गैप ही होना चाहिए.
Period
सही
for
है.
group 16.
सही है, एक बार लिख लेते हैं.
Yes,
Z
sir.
equals to 52 के लिए 1s2 2s2 2p6. आई थिंक अब तक आप लोग को इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन स्टार्टिंग वाला तो लिखना बहुत आसान हो गया होगा.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
6 4s2 3d10 4p6 5s2 4d10 यहाँ पे 5p4 तक होगा. So the period is again 5. The group number is now it is 16. Okay. उसका इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन क्या होगा? It will be 4s2 4p4 तक लिखना है हमको. So it will be 1s2. This is ns2 np4. So 2s2 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6 4s2 3d10 4p4 तक. The period becomes 4. The group remains 16 and the atomic number Z will be equal to 34.
34.
Okay. Okay, good. Next question. A metal ion with +3 charge, a metal ion with +3 charge has 5 valence electrons in 3D subshell. In 3D subshell, identify the element. Yeah. A metal ion with +3 charge has 5 electrons in 3D subshell. Identify the element. A metal ion with +3 charge has 5 valence electrons in 3D subshell. After removing 3 electrons, उसके पास 5 electrons 3D subshell में मिला. कौन से एलिमेंट के लिए पॉसिबिलिटी रहेगा? Fe. यशराज ने मैंगनीज और निकल. Okay, good. Titanium. Ashwin, titanium. Okay. Okay. Ashwin, can you tell me आप टाइटेनियम क्यों लगा?
सर +3 चार्ज है इसलिए हम वो 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स निकालोगे तो उसका इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन 4s2 3d2 हो जाएगा ना.
अश्विन ने एक पहले
R1 4s2 3d2 इसलिए वो एटॉमिक नंबर 22 आता है.
नहीं पहले अश्विन, please understand the question. In the question they are saying that after removing 3 electrons, you are left with 5 valence electrons in 3D subshell. A metal ion with +3 charge has 5 electrons. Has 5 valence electrons in 3D subshell. निकालने के बाद ही 5 है.
4s0 3d5 होगा.
4s0 3d5 होगा. हमने एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन ऑफ आयंस लिखते समय हमने ऐसा एक पॉइंट डिस्कशन किया. Whenever you are removing electrons, you will start removing them from the outermost shell. Only after finishing the outermost shell, you will go to the inner shells. Okay. So जो पहले electrons निकाला है, पहले outermost shell से निकालना पड़ेगा. So 3D subshell के अंदर 5 electrons है, और जो metal का configuration जो है, that particular metal may have configuration 4s2 3d some n. You need to find the value of n. If you are removing 3 electrons, m plus 3, उसका configuration क्या होगा? It will be 4s0
3dn minus 1.
3dn minus 1. So n minus 1 आपको दिया है 5 electrons है. So n क्या हो जाएगा? 6. So metal का configuration will be, पहले तो सब कुछ रहेगा. It will be argon 4s2 3d6, which is of iron.
Hello, sir.
आया ये वाला पार्ट समझ में?
Yes.
The configuration, observe the configuration is पहले ns सब fill होगा, उसके बाद n-1d. The outermost shell is ns or the outermost shell is n. After removing the electrons from the outermost shell, you need to move to the inner shells. I hope this question is clear. सही है? Next question. How many elements are there in 10th period? In case if you are having very huge number of elements, अगर 10 periods तक आया है तो 10th period में कितने elements fit होंगे? Answer. इसके लिए आप लोग को एक फॉर्मूला दिया मैंने. If n is even, the formula is n by 2 plus 1 whole square into 2.
Yes.
So it is 10 by 2 plus 1 whole square into 2, which is equal to 6 square into 2, which is 72 elements. So in 10th period, you will have 72 elements. Okay, ये तो formula based question हो गया. Next, IUPAC nomenclature. IUPAC nomenclature for the elements whose atomic number is greater than 100. In general, 100 के above elements जो भी रहेगा उनको हम दूसरा कुछ there is some specific rules. उन rules के हिसाब से we will give the number. Sorry, we will give the name. Okay, ऐसा क्यों होता है? Most of the elements above 100, above atomic number 100 are man-made. Okay, they are artificially synthesized. Okay, they don't naturally exist. So, अगर in case कोई जर्मनी में एक साइंटिस्ट ने एक 120 एटॉमिक नंबर का एलिमेंट फॉर्म किया एंड इंडिया में एक साइंटिस्ट ने 120 एलिमेंट का एक फॉर्म किया, एटॉमिक नंबर का एक एलिमेंट फॉर्म किया. सो बोथ ऑफ इन जनरल क्या होगा, वो अपना नाम खुद का नाम रख लेगा एंड इंडिया में जो भी साइंटिस्ट है ये इसके हिसाब से नाम रखेगा. So there will be ambiguity in the names. So in order to avoid that, IUPAC ने एक set of rules बनाया है. उस rules के हिसाब से we will be naming. Okay, and this is usually used for the elements with atomic number greater than 100. 100 के above elements के लिए already names दिया है, but you can also give another name, IUPAC name. IUPAC indicates International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry. आप लोग अपने 10th में IUPAC nomenclature for organic compounds पढ़ा होगा. Okay, so according to this nomenclature, we call the number 0 as nil, 1 as un, 2 as bi, 3 as tri, 4 as quad, 5 is pent, 6 is hex, 7 is sept, 8 is oct, 9 is n. Okay, or else ये जो particular nomenclature है किसके लिए? For z greater than 100. Suppose if you have atomic number 111, उसका नाम क्या होगा? पहले उसका symbol. 1 is called as un, right? So take the first letter of it. So U, again U, U. The symbol will be U, 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 and the name will be un, anium. The name will be anium. Okay, anium. Last में you need to add ium, बस इतना ही, और कुछ नहीं. If you are having a 109, ये क्या हो जाएगा? Symbol will be u, nil में n में une, and the name will be anilinium. Okay, anilinium. I will give you some numbers. उनके लिए लिख लेना नाम 135 583 385. Give the symbols and write the names. This will be U T
T.
If you write 835, you will get OTP. अगर आप लोग 835 लिखा तो you will get OTP. 135 is UTP. नाम क्या होगा? Untripentium. Okay. 583. 5 is P. 8 is O. 3 is T. Pot. The name will be Pentoctrium. Pentoctrium. Okay. 385 will be top. Trioctpentium. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
ये जो particular
Yes, sir.
nomenclature के ऊपर जो question है, you can expect that in NEET as well as JEE Mains. They will give you the number and they will ask you the name of it. Easy है, but you need to remember this. ये जो numbers है इनको क्या बोलते हैं? You need to remember this. 7 is sept but not hept. Usually confusion आता है इधर, hept या sept. 7 is sept. Okay. Next. Some facts देता हूँ, some data. Typical elements. ये जो period 2 and 3 elements जो भी रहेंगे, those are called as typical elements. Period 2 and 3 elements. And इनको इसलिए ऐसा कहते हैं typical elements because they don't have D. They don't have D subshell in their electronic configuration. इनके अलावा बाकी सब elements के लिए D रहेंगे. From 4th period, you will be starting 3D series, right? They are called as typical elements due to absence of D in their electronic configuration. Okay. Next, bridge elements. Bridge elements. Period 3 elements are called as bridge elements. Representative elements. Representative elements. Elements of S and P block except group 18. Elements of S and P block except noble gases. एलिमेंट्स विथ एटॉमिक नंबर ग्रेटर देन 92, ये जो 92 एटॉमिक नंबर है, इट इज ऑफ यूरेनियम. Uranium has atomic number 92, so greater than 92, they are all of them are called as transuranic elements.
Transuranic.
Transuranic elements. Okay. उसके बाद कुछ जनरल फैक्ट्स है, आप लोग को पूछता हूँ. मोस्ट abundant inert gas. Anyone, any idea?
Helium.
Most abundant inert gas. Okay. On in the universe it is helium, but on Earth
Neon.
most abundant inert gas on Earth's surface or in the atmosphere of Earth.
Argon.
Gone.
It is argon. Most abundant gas in atmosphere.
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen.
What is the percentage of nitrogen?
78.
78.
78.
It is nitrogen. Okay. Most abundant element in Earth's crust.
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
Very good. Most abundant element in Earth's crust. It is oxygen. Okay. Most abundant metal.
Iron.
Most abundant antimony.
Sambatham.
Aluminum.
It is aluminium.
Aluminum.
Aluminum.
Most abundant metal in Earth's crust. It is aluminium. Most abundant non-metal.
Carbon.
Carbon.
Carbon. Okay. Noble metals. Noble metals मतलब whose
Gold,
reactivity is very
silver,
less.
gold and platinum.
Gold, silver, platinum.
Gold.
Silver.
Silver नहीं.
Silver नहीं लेंगे, platinum and gold. Platinum and gold. Highest melting point. Highest melting point
Tungsten.
among
Tungsten.
non-metals.
Metals. Carbon.
Among non-metals, it is carbon.
Diamond.
Highest melting point among metals.
Tungsten.
Tungsten.
It is tungsten. Among metals, tungsten. Highest density elements. Highest density.
इरेडियम
Osmium.
हाँ दोनों
Osmium and iridium दोनों है. Iridium radioactive है.
Osmium.
So we consider osmium, but yeah, osmium and iridium. Okay, and these metals are very, very, very dense. If you take football-sized
Elephant.
osmium, yeah, football-sized osmium, and you can balance that particular football-sized osmium with an elephant. Okay, so उतना ज़्यादा dense है. Element with highest density is osmium. Okay, element with the lightest density.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen. Liquid elements in periodic table.
Mercury and bromine.
Mercury.
Bromine.
Bromine.
ब्रोमीन कुठलं काय मेटल कुठं आहे ते?
mercury
हम्म.
and bromine, gallium भी है, gallium और
Element है.
cesium भी है, but these are considered as low melting solids. मतलब if you are taking gallium in your hand, then it will, because of the body temperature, it will convert into liquid, or else at room temperature it will be in the form of solid. Okay, हमारे body temperature के वजह से वो liquid में convert होगा. So in general we consider only mercury and bromine as liquid metals or liquid elements at room temperature. You can write, you can include gallium or cesium. Gallium or cesium, low melting solids. They have very low melting point, low melting solids. Poisonous element.
Plutonium.
Yeah.
Very good. Poisonous element, plutonium. Plutonium Z is equals to 94. Metal present in hemoglobin.
Iron.
Iron.
कितने
Iron.
atoms रहता है in one
Four.
molecule of hemoglobin?
4 atoms.
Good.
4 atoms.
Iron. Metal present in chlorophyll.
क्लोरोफिल मध्ये Mg.
Magnesium.
Magnesium.
Mg2 positive.
Chlorophyll. It is magnesium. Best conductors of heat and electricity.
Silver. And copper.
Copper and
Copper,
silver.
silver.
Copper and silver. Best conductors of heat and electricity. Silver as well as copper. Worst conductors or poor conductors.
Sulfur.
Sulfur.
Lead.
Lead.
Very good. If you are taking non-metals, it is sulfur. If you are taking metals, it is lead. So you can write both. Sulfur in case of non-metals, lead in case of metals. Okay. ठीक है. So in the periodic table, elements of the same group will have similar properties. ये तो हमको पता है. इनके अलावा there are some elements which are diagonally related. इसका मतलब क्या है? Diagonal relationship. ये important है. You need to know in the periodic table what all elements are diagonally related. If you take lithium के नीचे कौन रहेगा? सोडियम. लिथियम के बाजू में बेरिलियम के नीचे मैग्नीशियम, बोरॉन, एल्यूमिनियम, कार्बन, सिलिकॉन. केवल इन एलिमेंट्स में डायगोनल रिलेशनशिप इज बिटवीन लिथियम एंड मैग्नीशियम. मतलब some properties of lithium match with some properties of magnesium. Not all properties, there are some similarities between lithium and magnesium, which we will be exploring in the chapter of S block. Okay. And beryllium has some of its properties similar to aluminium. Boron has some of its properties similar to silicon. So आप लोग को एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन में डायरेक्टली ऐसा पूछा जाता है, which of the following is diagonally related to beryllium? If you know the periodic table, उसका positions beryllium के diagonal में aluminium रहेगा.
Aluminium.
So there are diagonal relationship will be between beryllium and aluminium, lithium and magnesium, boron and silicon. Okay, and the properties of these are similar because of their charge density. Charge density मतलब charge upon size ratio. उन एलिमेंट्स के कॉम्पाउंड्स जो भी रहेगा उस कॉम्पाउंड्स में उनका और जो कैटयन का जो चार्ज डेंसिटी रहेगा, चार्ज डेंसिटी मतलब उसका खुद का चार्ज डिवाइडेड बाय खुद का साइज है, because of the similarity in their charge densities and because of the similarity in their electronegativity values. आप लोग 10th में electronegativity करके कुछ तो पढ़ा होगा एक टर्म, but in this chapter we will define in detail electronegativity, don't worry. But the reason for the similarity in the properties are similar due to similarity in A, charge upon size ratio in their compounds, B, electronegativity values. Okay, because of these two reasons ये जो elements है उनका some of the properties are similar. Clear है? So this is basic introduction about periodic table. Now we will go into some concepts. यहाँ से actual chapter start है. ये सब starting में ये सब periodic table के ऊपर basic idea है, उस classification के ऊपर. The first important concept you need to have very good understanding is screening effect, which is also called as shielding effect. Okay, everyone, if you want to take 5 minutes of break, take 5 minutes break. We will continue after that. I will explain this with the help of an example. If you take sodium, what is the atomic number of sodium? 11. What is the electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6,
3s1.
3s1, or else suppose this is nucleus. Inside nucleus you have 11 protons whose charge will be plus 11e, where e is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulombs. Okay. For now, I am indicating the electrons as particles but not as waves. In the first shell, you have 2 electrons. The shape is spherical, but आपको बस दिखाने के लिए ऐसा particles ऐसा दिखा रहा हूँ. And in the second shell, you have 8 electrons. And in the last shell, you have 1 electron. Okay. Ideal case में क्या होना चाहिए? Ideal scenario में ये जो particular nucleus है, इस nucleus का influence on all the electrons must be same. Okay, or the entire 11 protons charge must be influencing all the electrons equally. Suppose a classroom का scenario देखते हैं. Suppose take the nucleus as teacher and take these electrons as students. In ideal situation, the concentration of the teacher on all the students must be same. एक जैसा ही होना चाहिए. In fact, वैसा ही कोशिश करेंगे. But होता क्या है? Because of the presence of students in the inner benches, ये जो outermost bench में और last bench में जो भी student रहेगा, he will be shielded. He will be shielded from the teacher. Can I say that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So even though he tries to have entire focus, or even though he tries to have equal focus on each and every student, but ये last bench में जो student बैठता है वो दिखेगा नहीं उसको. Okay, because of that, the influence of the teacher on the outermost student decreases a bit. Similarly, because of the presence of inertial electrons, the outermost electron may not experience the entire nuclear charge. The entire nuclear charge, I can say it is nothing but Z, its atomic number. It will be experiencing a nuclear charge which is lesser than the atomic number Z. And that nuclear charge is called as effective nuclear charge. ये किस वजह से हो रहा है? Because of the presence of inertial electrons. Moreover, these inertial electrons, अभी केवल ये इलेक्ट्रॉन रहता तो ये वाला इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को सारा हटा दो, इनर्शियल में जो भी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है उन सारे को हटा दो. In that case, there will only be attractive forces. The attractive forces is because of this 11 protons. But ये जो inertial electrons है, they being negatively charged, they will be having some repulsive forces with this electron, right? So net attractive forces जो रहेगा, हम expect करेंगे those must be because of 11 protons charge. But there will be some repulsive forces too, right? और repulsive forces के वजह से जो net attractive forces है वो कम हो जाएंगे. There are two things which are happening. One is ये जो particular electron है, these are shielding the outermost electron from the nucleus. एक तो वो spherical geometry या वो जो dumbbell geometry, उन वजह से the outermost electron is not completely visible to the nucleus. ये एक हुआ. दूसरा, because of the repulsive forces of the inertial electrons, the net attractive forces decreases. ये समझ में आया?
Yes,
I will
sir.
write a statement for this. Please follow this statement. In a multi-electron system, this happens in a multi-electron system only. In a multi-electron system, electrons are attracted by nucleus as well as repelled by each other. Thus, the force of attraction between the nucleus and the valence shell electrons is somewhat decreased. ये समझ में आया आप लोग को ये स्टेटमेंट? This decrease in the force of attraction वो जो force of attraction है, we are interested between the nucleus and the outermost electrons. This decrease in the force of attraction between the nucleus and valence shell electrons due to presence of inertial electrons is called shielding or screening effect. Is called shielding or screening effect. Is this clear? आइडियल सिचुएशन में होना क्या चाहिए? द फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन to all electrons from the nucleus should be because of its total nuclear charge. TNC indicates total nuclear charge, which is Z. Okay, ये होना चाहिए. But the force of attraction experienced by the valence electrons is given by ENC. ENC indicates effective nuclear charge. Effective nuclear charge. And ये जो effective nuclear charge है, will it be greater than Z or less than Z?
Less than Z.
It will be less than Z and represented by symbol Z star. So ये जो Z star है, it will always be less than Z, and it can be written as Z star is equals to Z minus some sigma. This sigma is called as screening constant or shielding constant, and it depends upon number of inertial electrons. ये जो screening constant और shielding constant है, ये जो particular outermost electron उतना ही ज़्यादा shield हो जाएगा whenever you have more and more inertial electrons. ये जो Z star है, Z star can be calculated to any of the electrons present inside the system. अगर इसके ऊपर effective nuclear charge देखने के लिए बाकी सब electrons को consider करके देखना पड़ेगा. Okay, but in general we are interested only in the outermost shell or the valence shell, because whenever there is chemical bonding, only the valence shell electrons will be participating. We are interested in the properties of the outermost electron. इसलिए we are calculating the effective nuclear charge on the outermost electron. The effective nuclear charge principle can be applied to any of the electrons present in the system. हर किसी के ऊपर जो concentration जाना चाहिए ideally same होना चाहिए, but होगा नहीं. This doesn't happen. Okay, because of lot of other factors. समझ में आ रहा है? ठीक है. सो ये जो Z स्टार, ये जो सिग्मा है, इनको कैलकुलेट करने के लिए देयर आर सम सेट ऑफ रूल्स कॉल्ड स्लेटर्स रूल्स, which is not part of our syllabus, so don't worry about that. But आप लोग को पता होना चाहिए that sigma can be calculated by using Slater's rules. So ये जो sigma है, shielding constant, it depends upon two factors. One factor is it depends upon the number of inertial electrons. जितना ज़्यादा inertial electrons रहेंगे, और जो outermost electron के ऊपर nuclear charge उतना ही ज़्यादा घट जाएगा. ये मानते हो? दूसरा, the shape of the orbital in which the electron is present. If the electron is present in s orbital, that particular electron will be shielding the outermost electron in all the directions. But if the electron is present in p orbital, उस particular case में क्या होगा? The p orbital, if it is present along x-axis, then it will those lobes will be directed towards or directed along the x direction, right? So उसी particular region में वो shield कर सकता है, बचा हुआ region में shield नहीं कर पाएगा, because there is a nodal plane for a px orbital. For a px orbital, yz plane is nothing but nodal plane. So उस particular nodal plane में there is no electron density. So वहाँ पे there is no shielding. Okay. Or else देखो ये जो सिग्मा है, सिग्मा डिपेंड्स अपॉन two factors. A, number of inertial electrons, more the number of inertial electrons, more will be the value of sigma. दूसरा, shape of orbital. Shape of orbital. If you are taking an s orbital being spherically symmetric, it will cover or shield the outermost electron from all the directions. Shield outermost electrons in all directions. If you take p orbital, and if I'm taking px, so जब भी इलेक्ट्रॉन इस पर्टिकुलर रीजन में और इस पर्टिकुलर रीजन में रहेगा तभी शील्ड होगा ना. If the electron is present here, it won't be shielded because of the p orbital. है कि नहीं? Okay. Suppose ये px हो गया. YZ plane is nodal plane for px. Hence, no shielding along YZ plane. So among s and p orbitals, which will be shielding to a greater extent, or which will be shielding effectively?
Yes.
S. So an electron which is present in s orbital will shield the outermost electron more effectively when compared to the electron which is present in p orbital. Similarly, if you are taking d orbital, a d orbital has two nodal planes. This is dx square y square. एक जो d orbital है, it has two nodal planes. So इसका जो shielding power है when compared to p, ज्यादा होगा या कम होगा?
और
कम होगा.
कम होगा.
Shielding strength is lesser compared to p. So overall, I can write for a given shell, the order of shielding is ns greater than, np greater than, nd greater than nf. Or else I can say as the number of nodal planes increase, the shielding power decreases. Okay. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
What is screening effect or shielding effect? Because of the presence of inertial electrons, the outermost electron is unable to experience all of the nuclear charge. It is experiencing a nuclear charge which is lesser than the actual atomic number. Hence, it is called as effective nuclear charge. Effective nuclear charge Z star is given by Z minus sigma. ये जो सिग्मा है जितना ज्यादा बढ़ेगा, ये जो z स्टार का वैल्यू जो है उतना ही ज्यादा घट जाएगा. More is the shielding constant, the outermost electron will be shielded more and more. In that case, the influence of the nucleus on the outermost electron will be very less, or that particular electron can be easily removed. Okay, so you need to know on what factors does that sigma depend. One obvious factor is it depends on the number of inertial electrons. जितना ज्यादा inertial electrons रहेंगे, the outermost electron उतना ही के ऊपर influence उतना ही कम होता जाएगा. Okay, and the other point is it also depends upon the orbital in which the electron is present. If the electron is present in s orbital, that electron can effectively shield in all the directions. If an electron is present in p orbital, it cannot shield in the region where there is nodal plane. Similarly, d orbital ke liye there are 2 nodal planes. In f orbital there will be 3 nodal planes. As the number of nodal planes increases, the effectiveness in shielding decreases. Okay, so for a given shell, the order of shielding is ns greater than np greater than nd greater than nf. Now we need to analyze what happens to z star. Z star is effective nuclear charge. What happens to z star as you go left to right in a period and as you go top to bottom in a group. We will discuss this and we will conclude the lecture. You need to analyze as you go from left to right in a period, what happens to z star. Will it increase or decrease? That there is no change. Similarly, what happens to z star as you go from top to bottom in a group. Okay, let us take some period elements. देखते हैं. Lithium's configuration is 2s 1s2
2s1
1s2 2s1. लिथियम के बाद बेरिलियम में it is helium
1s2
2s2. बेरिलियम के बाद बोरॉन, it is helium 2s2 2p1. कार्बन हीलियम 2s2 2p2. कार्बन के बाद नाइट्रोजन हीलियम 2s2 2p3. ऑक्सीजन हीलियम 2s2 2p4. फ्लोरीन हीलियम 2s2 2p5. नियॉन helium 2s2 2p6. As you go from left to right in a period, whenever you are increasing one atomic number, you will be increasing one electron. Either 2s1 है, either 2s2 है, 2s2 2p1. एक इलेक्ट्रॉन बढ़ता जा रहे ना. If you can observe all those electrons, I am adding the electrons to the same shell. Whenever I am going left to right in a period, the observation is I am adding the electrons to the same shell. So same shell में जो भी electrons रहेंगे, those electrons, उनका shielding power जो है, they will be less when compared to the inertial electrons. देखो, electrons inertials में रहा तो outermost shell electron को बहुत ज़्यादा effectively shield करेंगे. If the electron is present in the same shell, the shielding will not be very high. The inertial electrons will be shielding the outermost electron more and more when compared to the same shell electrons. एक classroom का ये example लो आप लोग फिर से. If a student is sitting in the last bench, the inner bench students will be shielding the last bench student more and more. Suppose the 3 benches है, okay. So second bench पे already students बैठा हुआ है. The incoming student, if he is sitting in the second bench, he will be shielded less when compared to him sitting in the third bench. Third bench में अगर वो जाके बैठा तो जो first 2 benches वाले students बहुत ज़्यादा shield करेंगे ना. अभी second bench पे बैठने की वजह से second bench students are not shielding him more and more. Is this clear? Everyone in the lecture?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So what is happening in a period? Sab log, please concentrate here. This statement is very important. In a period, left to right, I am increasing the electrons, and I am putting the electrons in the same period. Sorry, same shell. I am putting the electrons in the same shell. So Z star जो है, which is Z minus sigma, Z is increasing constantly by 1 unit, right? Atomic number एक unit बढ़ता जा रहा है. But ये जो sigma जो है, it won't be increasing to the same extent as the electrons are added to the same shell. Or else I can say Z will be increasing at a faster rate, left to right, in a period. In a period, Z star, which is Z minus sigma, Z increases at a faster rate, but sigma is increasing at a slower rate. So overall Z minus sigma क्या होगा left to right?
Increase.
Increase.
Increases. ये समझ में आया? Z is increasing at a faster rate, but sigma is increasing at a slower rate. As a result, left to right Z star increases. Z star मतलब effective nuclear charge. लिख सकता हूँ? So इसके वजह से if you observe the periodic table, in the periodic table left most में आपको metals रहता है, right most में आपको non metals रहता है. Metals का properties क्या है? They are sources of free electrons, or else the electrons can be easily removed. वो electrons इसलिए easily remove कर पा रहे हैं क्योंकि उनके अंदर Z star जो है वो कम है. सबसे राइट मोस्ट में क्या होगा? नॉन मेटल्स का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स क्या है? they are not willing to give away the electrons because उनके अंदर Z star जो है वो ज्यादा है. What is Z star? Effective nuclear charge, which tells us about the influence of the nucleus on the outermost electron. On the outermost electron, if the influence is more, it is very difficult to remove that particular electron. समझ में आया? एंड आप लोग ओके आप लोग ये भी पढ़ा होगा टॉप टू बॉटम द मेटालिक नेचर इंक्रीजेस. टॉप टू बॉटम द मेटालिक नेचर इंक्रीजेस. एक बार देखते हैं. इफ यू आर टेकिंग सेम ग्रुप एलिमेंट्स, again let us take some examples. लिथियम, सोडियम, पोटेशियम, रुबिडियम, ये 4 एग्जांपल्स ही ले रहा हूँ. Lithium is helium 2s1, sodium is neon 3s1, argon 4s1, krypton 5s1. So in particular cases में, if you are seeing the outermost electron, the outermost electron is entering into the next shell. So next shell में enter कर रहे. इससे पहले जो भी electrons मैंने दिया होगा, I am giving those electrons in the inner shells. Because lithium to sodium क्या हुआ? Atomic number भी बड़ा है. Atomic number बड़ा तो उतना ज़्यादा electrons भी बड़ा होगा. So 3s1 से पहले जो भी electrons है, all of them I am entering them into the inner shells. Second shell के अंदर enter करवा रहा हूँ. Okay. Similarly 4s1 से पहले जो भी सारे electrons है, those have entered into third shell. 5s1 से जो भी पहले electrons है, all of them have entered into the fourth shell. So as the electrons are added into the inner shells, what will happen to the sigma? Even in this case, Z star is nothing but Z minus sigma. इस केस में क्या हो रहा है? Z is also increasing. The sigma is also increasing to the same extent, more or less, because I am adding the electrons to the inner shell. Inner shell electrons have more and more shielding. Okay. Whenever you are increasing the atomic number, Z भी बढ़ रहे, sigma भी उतना ही तेजी से बढ़ रहे. So overall Z minus sigma क्या होगा? It will remain constant. So Z star in a group, it will remain constant, but Z star in a period left to right, it increases. ओके ये कांस्टेंट रहने की वजह से क्या होगा, टॉप टू बॉटम हम बोलते हैं मेटालिक नेचर इंक्रीजेस। ये किस वजह से होगा, बिकॉज द डिस्टेंस ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्रॉम द न्यूक्लियस गॉट इंक्रीज्ड। ओके वो Z स्टार जो है उतना ही है, कोई कितना भी डिस्टेंस हो उतना ही इन्फ्लुएंस अप्लाई कर रहे हो। if the student sits in second bench, or if the student sits in fourth bench, or the student sits in 10th bench, in all the cases if I am having the same influence, so 10th bench वाला student को निकालना easy होगा, और 10th bench के ऊपर 10th bench वालों का जो concentration है obviously कम होगा। ये समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
ओके इस पर्टिकुलर केस में मेटालिक नेचर क्यों बढ़ रहे, top to bottom, why is the metallic nature increasing even though that Z star is remaining constant? As I am adding shells, the size of the atom is increasing. If the size of the atom is increasing, वो जो outermost shell के अंदर जो भी इलेक्ट्रॉन है, okay, it will be having lesser influence. डिस्टेंस बढ़ने की वजह से, वो डिस्टेंस बढ़ने की वजह से, hence the metallic nature is increasing. आप लोग ये 10th में पढ़ा होगा, top to bottom metallic nature increases, left to right non-metallic nature increases. The non-metallic nature is increasing because of the increase in the Z star in the period. Top to bottom the metallic nature is increasing because of the increase in size. Z star के साथ compare नहीं कर पाएंगे because Z star is constant for all the cases. Okay. Is this
Yes.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में यही से फिर से स्टार्ट करेंगे, डोंट वरी। ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर टुमारोज एग्जाम, वी विल मीट इन नेक्स्ट लेक्चर। थैंक यू।
Bye.
Yes, sir.